does when she's right in front of me. He raised his eyebrows. Was she scared? No. She turned her head on the pillow to meet his gaze again. That's the really weird part. She was carried off by this giant shadow bird, flying way up over the entire world, and she simply had her eyes closed. Like she was meditating or something. That thing dug its talons into her arms, and she merely looked peaceful, even though she was all dirty and beat up. Honestly, she looked like she'd been dragged down a dirt road, but she was fine. Weird. I know. She let out a wry chuckle. Normally, I'd say it's only a dream, right? But that kind of dream about your mom and that bird thing. Yeah, it feels like more than a dream. It might be. Romeo scooted toward her on the bed and wound his arm around her to pull her closer. We'll find her, Lil. Maybe the dream is a sign that we're getting close. She pressed her forehead against his bare chest and let him hold her. I hope so. It'd be kinda nice to still have a storyteller around. I bet Amal knows all kinds of tricks for interpreting dreams. Especially since she, coughed out that same bird thing during the spirit walk. And another black cloud. He stiffened against her, then pulled away so he could look at her. Do you think that's what the rock's for? What? You know. He released her to stretch onto the narrow shelf built into the wall over the head of the bed. His fingers curled around the heavy wooden box Lily's mom had left for her in Melissa Bohr's magical vault number 452. They sat together and leaned against the headboard, and he handed it to her. The lid's carved engraving of a lily on a long stem was impossible to miss. Lily undid the little golden clasp and opened it. There were only 2 things in it now. Melissa Bohr, the potions witch hiding in a Mexican werewolf den from the pissed-off vampire who'd burned her house down in Colorado, had told them she recognized the creepy-looking stone head with black holes for eyes and a mouth. They're everywhere at this healing temple in Guatemala, the woman had told them. Ichacál, I think it's called. While she still didn't know what to do with the apparent good luck charm, it was one more clue her mom had left. The first withdrew the large lapis lazuli stone the ancient storyteller Amal had given her before they left Santa Rosa Lake Park in New Mexico. Its lumpy shape was worn into a smooth surface that glinted even in the low light of sunrise peeking through the bedroom window. I don't think that's what she meant. She turned the stone in her fingers and glanced at Romeo. She said, when I only see darkness, this would show me what I was always meant to see. That could apply to a dream, right? Romeo stared at the stone. Maybe, but I honestly think she meant it literally. The part about seeing only darkness. He raised his eyebrows with a snort. Yeah, she made at least one prediction that was very literal. What prediction is that? She set the lapis lazuli back in the box, frowned at the eerie stone face from Ichacál, and closed the lid. I can't stop thinking about it, actually. Remember what she told me before we left? When she grabbed my arm? Her eyes widened with the realization of what he meant. Do not let them break you. Yeah. That was, what? 2 days before you... She paused and studied his face for signs that he didn't want to keep going. He smirked. Before I what? Was kidnapped by a bunch of psycho werewolves in Mexico, drugged, chained to a tree by my neck, and almost forced into a wolf fight so people could bet on whether or not I'd die? A laugh of surprise burst from her lips, and she clapped a hand over her.